Bonjour, je m'appelle MonstersAbound. Just a little bit of French there just to ease you into the second part of my Fay Enchantress campaign or Carcassonne campaign for Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires. Last time we crushed the orcs at Massive Overhaul, absolutely annihilated them. Good work there. We only lost one Grail Knight, which was really nice to see. We lost some peasants as well, but who cares about them? It looks like the orcs are currently just hanging around outside of Parravon's quenelles there. Just having a nice old... Yeah, I mean, they're not fans of me, considering I've just ruined their home. But, fuck them, basically. But that has stopped the green skin incursion, so our public order is getting a little bit better there. It's not too bad. Oh, yeah, because we're not taxing that, are we? There we go. That's a little bit more like it. That's a little bit... We do have currently Venerate the Lady as our province thing. Whatchamacallit. What are these things called? Commandment. There we go. Commandment. So that's giving us plus 10 control. So that's very nice. Ideally, we want to get probably a public order building in here at some point, but I decided it wasn't worth it just yet. Kazrak is on the move. There he is. Kazrak, the one eye. He will be moving northward. Yes, he'll be heading towards us. So ideally, we want to sort of head him off if we can. My next move's potentially going to be, maybe we go and grab Bill Bailey. The problem with the Bretonnian campaign is you're kind of locked in some respects. I mean, yeah, we could declare war on some of the Bretonnian factions, but to be honest, I don't really see the need to do that, considering we can confederate with them in a bit. The Wood Elves, again, they've got terrain that is unpleasant to us. We probably don't want it anyway. And also, I feel like the Wood Elves are just a nice buffer to have. So if we can get on with Orion a little bit, then we can use the Wood Elves as friends. So that'd be quite nice. And to the south, really our main issue is going to be Skaven Blight down here. Skaven Blight, of course, with Ikit Claw, as we saw in my last campaign. And yes, he can use nukes against you. So that's going to be fun. So I think maybe we'll go and grab Bill Bailey and then see if we can... If we see any like treasures out at sea, maybe we'll pop off and grab them. Potentially there's one over there, but it's a little bit far away. If we can, if one pops up in this bay here, we might go for that. In the meantime, we're going to try and be friendly with the other Bretonnian factions, and we're going to try and keep Skaven Blight bottled up down there if we can. So let's just end a turn and see how things progress. Krazrak will be on his way, of course. And once we've got a little bit more sort of territory under our belts through Confederation, we'll see if we can confederate with Alberic as well, because then we can get to Alberic de Bordelot. Who? That's right. He's got a trident instead of a lance, and that's why he's special. That's right. Yeah. I mean, also you can't see his face, and that's because currently Alberic is involved in some undercover operations, and so we can't actually show his face on camera. In fact, he's played by an actor. He's kind of like the Stig, really. You know, you never know who's really under that helmet, but it's Alberic de Bordelot, presumably. Okay, nothing interesting happening. Fine. Blessings of the lady be upon you. Let's get you back down here, and we need to get the Fay Enchantress down here as well. There we go. There we go. We get some replenishment on. Now, the orcs are still hanging around there, but to be honest, I'm not too worried about that. How do these guys feel about us? Okay, so we've got minus 38 for trespasses. Gonna be honest, not very happy about that, considering I really wanted a military access treaty, and they were just like, no, we do not want to.
Friends, let's hope we come to an accommodation.
Yeah, well, fine. Bastogne, right, Bastogne. Can we have an on-aggression? Well, it's not impossible, is it? Yeah. Bellend. Jesus.
What?
I wonder if we can get a trade agreement. No trade. Okay, fine. What about?
I am ready to parley.
Yep. No trade agreement there either. Well, okay. Well, we'll work on it. We're working on it, and it looks like Kazrak is just chilling at the moment. He hasn't moved. I'm a little bit concerned that Estalia might get wiped out quite quickly by Skaven Blight, and that would be a little bit of an issue for us, but generally we should be okay. Now we do have, what I was thinking of doing was getting another, maybe getting, I like his hat. Virtue of noble disdain. Yeah, I don't really care about that. Honourable, magnanimous, melancholic. I mean, Camille would give us a little bit more public order. Should not necessarily be the worst thing. Melee attack for a prophetess, not really that useful. Income, I mean, the problem is you tend to be moving around a bit, so I'm not sure. We could go for Camille, but ideally I'd quite like a Heaven, so maybe we go for Mina. We go for Mina. Let's go for Mina. So basically, I feel like... No, that's the wrong one. I feel like if we can get these vows up early, then that's only going to be a good thing. I think maybe... we go for the Pledge of Order? We're going to do that, because I feel like... I mean, we've already got one building. It's going to be finished in 2 turns, so maybe that's the better option. I haven't really played around with the vows very much. Maybe getting the level up one was a bad option. Not sure. I mean, I'm fairly sure someone's already done the legwork on what is the best vow to take early game. I guess late game, if you have a lot of building going on, then you can probably get that vow in 1 turn. Like, say you take Altdorf or something, and you fix a load of buildings, that probably would, like, finish that vow in literally 1 turn. Easy. So let's see if we can get Parravon and Bordelot on side. Bordelot would be the really nice one to have, because that obviously it's got the port. It's also got a vineyard there, special vineyard building. It should be really nice to have. So we're aiming to try and get that. Should be good. I would like to see if we could trade with the High Elves as well, because that would be useful. If we can get on the side of the High Elves early on, that would be good. Okay, where is... Kazarak's probably on the move, so let's head south. Let's bring you down there. Let's bring you down... We're going to bring everyone together, because they level up. That's good for us. Public order here is actually pretty good, which is good. How much is it skimming to 10 control, isn't it? So if we let the control just gently tick up, then at some point we can switch over to the extra growth. But at the moment, I think the public order is probably better. And we do have rights as well, thanks to some mods. So we got the Call of the Lady. Gives weapon strength for all knights, physical resistance. The Lady's Mantle, which is a area augment, and some more armor for knights. That's buffing your knights. You've got the Call of the Peasantry, which increases your peasant capacity, reduces the recruitment cost for peasant mob, and increases local recruitment capacity as well. And you've got the Call of Errantry, which summons an errantry army. I guess that's a neutral army sent against a faction of your choosing. So I guess that's a bit like the Crone Hellebron thing. And we've got Call Against the Invaders, which increases diplomatic relations with human factions, increases campaign movement range, and increases Untainted across all your provinces. So, some nice rights there. Quite useful. Have to try and use those. And the research is almost finished. Ideally, I feel like playing a diplomatic game early on with the Bretonnians is a strong one. Because the sooner you can get that Confederation with some of the other Bretonnian factions, the quicker you can pick them up from Luon, who is trying to do the same thing. And also, it increases your money exponentially. If we can get Bordelot on side, that's huge. So we really need to try and do that. What the hell happened there? Oh, that's Clan Angron. Clan Angron to start expanding. Good, that's good, because Clan Angron could potentially be a good ally for us. And of course, you don't need to build wide for Bretonnia. You can build quite tall, because really all you need is the chivalry. So actually, you don't really need to like conquer a lot of territory, just really get in a lot of fights. If you get a lot of fights, you get the chivalry. Bob's your uncle. Jobs are good and sorted.
Who calls me hence?
I don't know where Kazarak is, but I'm going to assume he's somewhere close by. So what we're going to do is we're going to scooch down here.
through forest
like
and
that. Now, the only problem here is I'm within view distance of Clan Scryer, and so they might see my ambush.
Making my way.
Let's move our lads down here. So we've finished a building. So does that mean... Where is she? There she is. So if we go to our vows, we can see... Yep, there we go. We've got one portion of the vow completed already, which is great. We're gonna declare war on Khazrak. Okay, they've been joined by Clan Scryer, which is fine, I think. Being at war with Clan Scryer so early, is that okay? It's probably... I mean, we're going to have to deal with them at some point. So maybe taking them out earlier rather than later? Good option. Yeah, they spotted me. I was a bit worried that they might do that. It also sounds like they have underweight somewhere, which is a little bit concerning. But I'm sure it's fine. Now, one of the nice things about having a little buddy system here is that what we can do is the Fay Enchantress can ambush, and the enemy will only see our two lords, assuming they don't spot the ambush, of course.
Greetings. Who seeks my wise counsel?
Who seeks me? You want a trade agreement, and you want 100 for it. Well, considering that's going to pay us back in, like, less than 2 turns, I'll say yes. I'll say yes, although I don't know how long you're going to be alive. Let's put it that way. Because Clan Scryer could potentially decide to take you out. Which would not be ideal. Although at the moment you seem to be okay. Okay. Heraldry of Artois. The forested realm of Artois has notable significance in Bretonia's history. It was the location of the first gathering of the companions, where the 14 newly united dukedoms were first legitimised. Emblazoned on the heraldry of Artois is the head of the monstrous boar Mothanok, symbol of Lord Folgar, the first Duke of Artois, a renowned hunter and lancer. Folgar's skills made him an invaluable companion knight who fought in several great battles alongside Gilles the Breton. Mothanok's imagery is a reminder of the inaugural feast of the companions, for which Folgar hunted down and slew the dangerous beast. Okay, so we can demand... So we'll lose chivalry, but we can confederate with Artois. The only problem is Artois is actually not that close. Do we do it anyway? Or do we do nothing? I'm tempted to kind of do nothing. We can always convince them later diplomatically. And Artois is... It's not bordering us, so it'd be difficult to defend. I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to do nothing, and that might not be the best option, but that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to... I mean, we haven't even met them yet. Right, so we've got technology to do. So we got that. We're going to get the Heraldry of Parravon, because we could then get them to confederate, and having them on side would be useful. Mostly because they're at war with the Wood Elves at the moment, and actually not having them at war with the Wood Elves would be good, I think.
I protect Bretonia.
Right, I think what we might do is if we scooch a little bit over here.
Her name.
I just want to get out of the...
I serve the lady.
Ever ready.
If I go here, I think I'm out of range of Clan Scryer, and they won't be able to see me. So we're going to see if we can lure in Khazrak. Money's actually looking pretty good at the moment. We should be trading all of our cinnabar. So we're getting 12. We got 30 ounces of that times 12. So that's actually quite nice. I'm actually making 536 from trade at the moment. I feel like this is going to be a very trade-heavy game, considering where our start position is. And considering we've got an enemy here who can just underway across the mountains. So they really can just get right behind us. It's maybe not the best idea to have declared war on them. But honestly, taking out Skaven Blight was going to be awkward no matter what. Because it's in the middle of the swamps there. Just a bit of a bugger, really, to get to. But if we can confederate with Parravon and Bordelot, that'll be really useful. And that'll give us a lot more territory. It'll give us more options as well. Although I don't know where those greenskins have gone. Are they dead? Wasn't paying attention. I know. It's unlike me not to pay attention. I know. But I may not have been paying attention. Okay, well, Skaven Blight haven't made their move. The orcs are still around here somewhere, which makes me think I should really upgrade the town there. I think what we're going to do is we're going to head towards Bill Bailey, because if we can grab that...
My journey continues. The lady gives you her blessing.
Let's bring you boys down here. Oh, they have an entire army. To be fair, though, it's mostly clan rats. On the other hand, I've mostly got peasants, so it's pretty evenly matched. The sooner we... Okay, 3 turns, and I think we'll be able to... we'll force a confederation with Parravon, because I think grabbing Parravon is going to be useful. Then we can do the same with Bordelot, and that'll be useful. Because that will give us more trade in... well, I say... Yeah, no, it will give us more trade income. It'll also give us a couple of cities. Hello? If it isn't Sniven the Warpsmith with a whole bunch of clan rats. I'm a little bit concerned. That... that Kazrak's nearby as well. But we'll deal with him once we've dealt with Sniven. That's a lot of clan rats. And our peasants aren't much better than clan rats. If at all. What are the stats, actually? What have they got? So, clan rats with shields have 24-30. Our peasants have 27-26. So, we've got slightly more attack, but less melee defense. So, and health-wise, less health as well. Lovely. Well, that's going to be fine then. Fortunately, we've got 2 things that they don't. Trebuchets, that helps. And also Grail Knights. That's basically our key. The Grail Knights here, if we're going to win this battle, then we need to get these guys in good positions. We need to be able to hit the... Now, obviously, these guys aren't actually really for offense. They're more sort of a defensive cavalry unit, quite unique in that regard. But they are there. And in fact, I do have this little mod that gives... I think we have officer characters. Yeah, we do. We've got officer characters. Look at that. We've got little commanders leading our... Oh, that's so cool. I like that. What about the Skaven ones? Do they have them as well? Maybe not. Might just be the Bretonnian units. Check the mod listings if you want to see. I think it's pretty obvious which mod it is. It's the one that gives officers. So archers now opening fire again. They're going to be doing a lot of the damage. Our peasants infantry is mostly just there to, well, hold the line. The battle pilgrims, on the other hand, should actually do quite well. These guys should actually do quite well against a clan rat unit. They're pretty good offensively, so we would definitely want to get the little charge there. Over on the right flank, where our Grail Knights are, we're sort of like trying to blunt the Skaven advance. Ow, that's going to... Oh my god, they've nuked me. Holy shit, they just completely evaporated one of my units of peasants. And a unit of theirs. Looks like Clan Rat Spears now charging towards my archers, but the archers opening fire, and then the Grail Knights see an opening. They're coming through. And the Skaven go flying, and that's going to give the Grail Knights the out they needed. So they're now behind enemy lines. They've seen another unit of Clan Rats. In they go. The unit of Clan Rats is hopefully going to take a lot of damage. It looks like they are. Yeah, taking quite a chunk. We're taking some magical damage there. The Fay Enchantress has engaged the enemy general because I saw what she did to those orcs the last episode. So I think she's fully capable of dealing with a Skaven warlord. So we're going to leave her to deal with that. The Grail Knights have almost finished off this. There we go. They've managed... The cavalry... I've been playing so much Three Kingdoms, I expect the cavalry just to wipe out infantry units, but it doesn't quite work like that in Warhammer, unfortunately. Otherwise, the Bretonnians would be one of the strongest races, but we are going to get a nice little charge on the back of this Skaven unit. There we go. Pretty nice. Looking pretty good. We did a lot of damage there. How are we doing? How's the rest of our army holding up? We're taking a lot of damage. The peasants are slowly being chewed through. Fay Enchantress is taking out this Warlord, though, which is quite nice to see. It looks like we are generally holding the line. The Battle Pilgrims on the far flank doing a lot better than their men-at-arms brethren. And our Grail Knights are chomping through these Skaven. 145 kills so far, really racking them up there. Looks like the Skaven left flank has pretty much collapsed.
Retreat! Surrender!
So I think we've got them. Now we need these Grail Knights to move back around and help out with the rest of our army. It looks like our line where the enemy, the Skaven heroes have hit, almost ready to collapse, but a quick charge there from the Grail Knights is going to start a mass panic amongst the Skaven. They're already not very happy. The enemy Warlord is taking quite a beating from a lady in quite a floaty white dress. Let's be honest here. He's taken quite the chunk of damage from that, and he's decided he's off, getting run down by the Grail Knights there. The Grail Knights are going to chase down Skaven units, running them down as they flee off into the distance. And of course, because this is an underway battle, this army will be destroyed at the end. Well, I think considering that that was quite a lot of clan rats, actually we did okay. Only lost one unit of men-at-arms when they got nuked. But apart from that, it was fine. We could could take the experience, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we'll just take the forced labour just to replenish a little bit. I'm a little bit concerned where Kazrak is, because if he decides to jump us, that could be a little bit nasty. There he is. That looks like a full stack. Looks like he's got a full stack. So what I might do is just head back, maybe pick up another unit of peasants to replace the ones that got exploded. Fairly sure if those peasants had more backbone, they wouldn't have exploded, but there we go. That's peasants for you. We did rank up, which is good. We killed a couple of rats, and of course that army was wiped out. So let's give the Fay Enchantress. I'm thinking going the Awakening of the Wood. She awakens my wood, if you know what I mean. And by that I mean she casts magic. So let's grab that, because that's basically a damage spell, which is not too bad. I'm kind of tempted to take the Amber Spear. So let's do that, because it is the best spell.
You seek the lady?
Let's hop back into our own territory, and we can... Okay, we do have these Regiments of Renown we can pick up, but only at level 10, so it's going to take a little while to get there, but we should be fine. Let's pick up some men-at-arms with shields. That's right, that's exciting. New shield technology. That's right, keep your peasants alive slightly longer. I mean, not, you know, massively long, but slightly. We do have some salt here, but I feel like because we've got the port here as well, having the salt is probably less useful than the water will, or is it? So, the water will increase farm income by 50%. So, assuming we have 2 farms, which we should be able to. Yeah, we can. So, that will increase our income by local region, not provinces. Does region cover... interesting. So, when it says region, is it just the settlement or is it the entire province? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that terminology actually points to. Because if it affects both settlements, then obviously that's going to bring in another 600. Whereas the salt will bring in 200 plus 45 barrels of salt. Now, assuming we sell all the salt... Oh, this is getting complicated. How much is salt? 12. So, if it just affects one region, as in one settlement, it's not as good as having salt. If, however, it includes both farms, then it's worse than salt. I think I'll probably go for the water mill. The windmill. What is it? Water wheel. There we go. I think we'll probably do that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's tricky because I feel like to get the most out of Bretonnian farm, you need at least two building slots. And then if you have a port, you don't really have another building slot left to play with. It's kind of a problem with Bretonnians. And I wish they'd kind of modified the Bretonnian map and maybe sort of like made some 3 province bits, or maybe add some more towns or something. Problem is, I guess it's quite a cramped area of the map. Realistically, Bretonnia should be a bit bigger, but I guess that's just how it is. So we're just gonna have to accept it. So Ikit, we didn't kill Ikit, but Kazrak's out there somewhere, so we need to replenish. But that should be fine. I'm kind of tempted whether to merge these dweebs and then maybe grab something like that. Something like that. Because ideally we want guys with shields, because, you know, our peasants are not exactly stalwart fighters. So giving them some sort of limited defense is going to make them a little bit more survivable. And that's really all they need to do. They don't need to kill much. They just need to survive. Survive long enough for my knights, which I currently only have 1 unit of, to flank around and do all the killing. I need more knights, really. I mean, I know I built the die maker, and I feel like that was the right decision, because you can't afford knights without money, and so we need some cash first. Hello, Defensive Alliance. I mean, alright. Alright, I don't think that's going to come back and bite me in the arse. Famous last words. I feel like that should be fine. So once we've healed up, we should be able to deal with Kazrak. If we can kill Kazrak, and this should be cheering up Orion, the fact that we're not getting on with Kazrak. Bordelot's Call of Errantry, Sword of Cain has been claimed. Fair enough. Okay, so that's improving because we're at war with Doobie Whatsit. Not you. How long before we get the tech? Right, 1 more turn and we should be able to confederate with Parravon, which is good. Replenishment there is generally fine. What we could do is see if we can lure... Kazrak's around here somewhere. So if we can lure him in with our 2 buddies, then...
My lady will not allow it. I have
Come
seen the way. My path is clear.
Well, it's not clear, is it? Just get a little bit closer. Just cozy up. It's not that bad. She won't bite, probably. I don't know what she gets up to. When do we get that? Okay, 2 more turns for that. Good. Income is currently okay. Once we can get the water wheel, that'll help our income a little bit more. As soon as we can. In fact, we've got the growth here. We can probably upgrade the town next turn. Then we can get the stables. That'll give us another building slot, won't it? Three building slots. Yeah, that'll give us so then we can get the stables. Once we have the stables, we can upgrade it. Then we can get Knights Errant just as soon as the Fay Enchantress has ranked up. So what I want to do is try and lure in more of these Clan Scryer and also Kazrak armies. Come on, Kazrak. Come on, take the bait. Come on, take the bait, goat man. Bring it. Also, we should... Oh, really, Kazrak? Come on. I know you're out. I know you're around here somewhere. I know you're hanging around, making the place look untidy. Come on, there's like one. There's a one lord and 1 prophetess just standing around doing nothing as far as you're concerned. What are you up to? You better not be recruiting more Minotaurs or Cygors. Fuck those. But we should be able to confederate with Parravon. So that's going to give us some more cash, some more lands, all that kind of good stuff. Right, here we go. Adorning the family stand of the Dukes of Parravon is the Pegasus Rampart, the unique symbol of wealth for any knight fortunate enough to acquire one. This heraldry was adopted by Lord Aguilagar, first Duke of Parravon and one of the famed companions of Gilles the Uniter. It is said to be a likeness of his winged steed, Glorfinal, lord and sire of all royal Pegasi, whom he befriended. It was atop his friend Glorfinal that Aguilar was carried into the 5th Great Battle of the Liberation of Parravon, paving his way to companionhood by his actions that day. Demand fealty. Give it to me. We would benefit greatly from the Lords of Parravon serve under a banner, and they're hardly in a position to refuse such a request. Boop. Got him. Holy shit, look how much money we're losing. Okay, what we got?
We have met before.
Okay. It's Cassian. Bloody Cassian. What do you have? Duke of Parravon. Minus 50% upkeep for Pegasus Knights, Royal Pegasus Knights and Royal Hippogriff. And the Blessing of Levi plus... okay, good. And Guy Liner, which is fine. Right, we'll get rid of you. Let's do that.
My strength and wisdom are yours.
Those are quite cheap. Is that... Okay, really? Have you taken Montfort as well? Okay, well, that's fine. I'm alright with that. I'm okay with that. I might knock that down, though. Do I knock that down? Yeah, I want to knock that down. Let's knock that down. What is there's Cassian. He's got a nice... Oh, he looks good, doesn't he? He looks good. These are quite expensive. How much are we... Why are we spending so much? Let's get rid of you.
Protector of the realm.
How much are you then? 300. So if I get rid of all of these... Oh, because income from farms. Income from farms. That would be why. Plus we've got this army here as well. Plus, though, you don't have the vow of thingy, so you're super expensive. Let's get rid of you. Right, that looks a bit better.
Moving out.
I mean, it's not perfect, but it's better. So we've got grazing pastures there, which is fine. What I want to get is the fields, so let's do that. Cassian, do we have a vow? What are you doing? What are you up to, buddy? You've got all the vows already. Oh, good. Okay, sure. No, that's fine. So, you're good. You've got Royal Pegasus Knights, you've got Pegasus Knights, you've got Knights Errant, which is all good. We've got defences here, which I might keep. Barracks. I'm going to knock that down. I'm also going to knock this down, because I don't think I need it. So we'll do that. I probably need some public order there. I'm a little bit concerned that Skarsnik might decide that he wants to kill me, but we'll cross that particular bridge when we come to it. Okay, so we actually got three settlements for 2 then. And what we're going to do next is we're going to get the Heraldry of Bordelot and grab that one. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to... Kazrak's out here somewhere.
Going forth.
Hello? Hello? Anybody home? Really?
My strength and wisdom are yours.
Where the hell has he gone? Oh. Oh, I think you might be under siege. So,
I am ready to parley. I hope your words are all right.
Thank you. Right, we might rush down and see if we can save Magritta. Or maybe, just throwing this out here, maybe we just tarry a little bit and wait until it gets burned to the ground, and then we maybe go and take it for ourselves. Just saying, you know, could work out. In the meantime, maybe I shouldn't have got rid of all of the guys. In fact, let's not queue down, because I think we're fine. We're generally, probably. And let's grab some... How many men-at-arms we get? 15, 16, 17, 18. If we grab 4 of there... No. Nope, they're too expensive. Okay, we'll knock that down. Do I want to do that? No. We'll keep that. We'll knock that down. I need farms. I need farms here because I need more cash, basically. But we will be able to get Bordelot back into the fold. And then we're looking in a pretty good position, actually. A little bit concerned we might be putting ourselves at risk from attack from Skarsnik, as well as the smelly old Zomble Botherer to the north. But if that happens, we'll deal with that. We got Cassian here. He's got some good units. Quite expensive units, but if we can just get our economy back on track and deal with Kazrak, maybe not. Maybe, should we save Magritta? Could be a good border against the Skaven. Trixie, I'm not sure. We'll have to mull that over, but that's going to have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Fay Enchantress.